I am so excited to be in India after a few years. I've been hearing over the news about change and progress, and about how the streets are cleaner, and maybe the politics. What's more interesting is how the youth is taking more responsibility to lead this country to a better future, and how their love for their land and their heritage has grown even more. I am so keen to expose myself to at least 1% of the culture in this country. A country that's filled with numerous languages, types of cuisine, belief systems, shades of skin, and terrain. This journey is a chance for me to put away my phone, meet new faces, and go to old and new places.
My first stop was at the Seva Ashram, where a lot of yogis hang out. It was also a chance to relax.
आप मंदिर में क्या काम करते? पूजा सब करते हैं आप?
Living in a neighborhood in India is quite the experience. You might be taking a stroll on the green grass and people will come up to you, they will approach you with a lot of warmth and treat you like a lord. That's a saying in Hindi, the guest is the lord.
When I visited, the neighborhood was building a community temple.
Please don't shoot me, huh?
Meanwhile, the ladies inside were cooking breakfast on a Sunday morning, and the family men were playing cricket outside.
It's rising like anything. In next 5 years, we'll be a 5 trillion economy. And please come and invest in our country. They live here for peace and for, like same like you that you like to live in India and work in US. So we like to work in Gurgaon and live in Dharwada. There is a bright future of India. What do you want to do in the next 5 years?
So, entrepreneur.
See, this is the India.
Yes, it is.
Want to be an employee for others. I want to employ others.
I'm going to show these guys how cricket is really played.
इंडिया बहुत अच्छा देश है, सुंदर है, प्यारा सा है। शरारती अपने भाई को पकड़।
बिहार से हूँ। अच्छा अभी ये आ गया। बोलो कुछ नहीं।
One of my first stops in India was the Sri Bangla Sahib Gurudwara. This is one of the most admirable, loving places that a person can enter. The only problem is that only tourists are allowed to photograph.
अमृत की सेवा होती है, सवेरे शाम होते हैं, सारा दिन बहुत आनंद आ जाता है।
There were a group of Sardar men and women as well, volunteers who meet every single day and feed so many people in the hundreds of thousands. Can you believe that? And luckily, I was one of those foreigners who was allowed in their kitchen and to videograph all the cooking that they do. Their theme is Seva. This is something that they've been doing since the 16th and 17th centuries.
हाँ सेवा It's not work.
लंगर में मिलेगा जी प्रसादे, दाल, सब्जी, खीर।
किसी भी चीज में नहीं है।
Hi, this is Rohini reporting from my balcony, and I'm going to find out for you what is the youth of India thinking for its future.
Hi, I'm Marina A. Thomas. I am attending India Today's Mind Rock.
I see the future of India. Are you the future of India? He or she has a vision that need to be fulfilled.
The Indian youth is in the Indian politics like never before. The amount of social media engagement that is out there has just made us a lot more accessible to our politicians. We hold them accountable for a lot of things that they say and they do.
Each young man or girl in India must have the freedom to choose and love whoever she or he wants. A girl in Kashmir, if she chose to fall in love with a Kannadiga or a Tamilian, would lose her property rights. She couldn't get her inheritance.
There are things that we as a public do need to discuss instead of just talking about religion and caste and community.
Whether it is our languages, whether it is our dress, whether it is our customs, that there is an inherent oneness in the cultural space of India, which apparently is so diverse.
It has just brought together the world of politics and youth, which used to be something like a taboo for the youth, because nobody wanted to delve into information and knowledge.
I was very naive, very young. I used to I played cricket with boys, gilli danda with boys, climbing trees. Get into politics is a kind of act of injustice to resolve the drinking water, nothing more.
Toilets started coming up under the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. That a lot of villages have been declared open defecation free. People have started believing and having toilets which is open for all caste.
वक्त के साथ बदल जाओ या फिर वक्त को बदलना सीखो. I think politicians are welcome from all aspects, from all the other fields. Don't let anyone or anything stop you for anything. Go achieve your dreams.
And I think that would really help people rather than just putting yourself out there in social media and getting into armchair activism.
They're obsessed with anything that we can't discuss in public. जब बायोलॉजी की बुक होती है 6th या 7th में, तो उसमें वो 11th chapter या 12th chapter नहीं पढ़ाते, वो बाद में पढ़ाएंगे.
These smartphones that at least one member of each family in a rural household helps educating the entire family.
Donald Trump. I would not contest another election.
When I think of the new India, first of all, it's kind of scary. Glorification of celebrities, confusing political opinions. But I feel like the turmoil also represents some diverse opinions that can come out of this new India, which will also make India more free and coherent.
Everything is walking on the thin line, and we are headed for the right direction, carrying the traditional and the modern, the past and the future together hand in hand.
Driving to Delhi is always a lot of fun. I get to see some of the greatest forts, see some of the richest history, and I get to eat a lot more food.
I headed out to enjoy some Mughal cuisine and culture with my tour guide, journalist and writer Marina A. Thomas.
This particular hotel where we are is called Haveli, Dharampura, and it's inspired by Mughal architecture. You should definitely come here for the Haveli special chicken, served with rose water and everything. Behind me you can see the houses of old Delhi, and it's just a beautiful place. be bumps around.
So if you fall, Marina, I'm sorry.
कुछ बताइए जमा मस्जिद के बारे में आपको पता हो तो।
दुनिया के अंदर नहीं है, दुनिया की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं।
अच्छा
चौथे आसमान का नक्शा है, चौथे आसमान का नक्शा।
Jama Masjid was made by Emperor Shah Jahan in the year 1600 or somewhere around 1666. In today's price, it will come up to somewhere around 1 million. It's pretty amazing. You can look at the structure and you can just feel the amount of sheer hard work and planning that has gone into making this structure. In the year 2006 and 2010, the mosque came under attack by armed gunmen twice. As you can see, that hasn't hindered people from coming and visiting this place. Jama Masjid remains one of the most famous sites in Delhi, and no trip in Delhi is ever complete without visiting Jama Masjid. Oh God!
चलो नेक्स्ट स्टॉप
फेमस जलेबी वाला।
जलेबी के लिए इतना भीड़ दिन भर करते दिन भर। I don't know if I can eat this, man. This is so sad. मैं आपको प्रणाम करती हूँ। So big and मोटा। आपके लिए भी जलेबी। नहीं आप खा लीजिए।
I know it's touristy for me, but I've never come to this part of the city. I love how the wires are still like hanging over. We are in the golden side of the
While driving through Delhi one day, my dad decided to visit his college, Ramjas University. Dad took us for a stroll through the campus. He showed us where he studied, where he had his tiffin in the canteen.
40 साल पहले मैं इस कॉलेज में पढ़ाई करता था। दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी।
In Delhi University, very famous university. A lot of intellectuals. One thing he definitely pointed out was how the couples were kissing and holding hands in the park. He said that didn't even happen when he went to college.
वो एक कैफेटेरिया 1976. 45 years back, I was in this college.
জীবনে কি পাবো না ভুলেছি সে ভাবনা সামনে যা দেখি জানি না সে কি আসল কি না পরশোনা।
I always end up at a mithai ka dukan. And sugar is probably the number one reason why people have diabetes in this country. But come on, how do you have a meal without dessert? I used to come to this coffee house when I was 8 years old, and I'm coming here and I'm almost 30 years old, and it looks exactly the same.
life is so good. It's never too late for a tea break here.
आपका नाम क्या है?
जय प्रकाश दुबे.
बस. अब क्या काम करते?
Security guard.
Oh my God.
After a day of touring and night of rains, I was back to doing chores on a Sunday morning, starting with laundry.
I've been waiting on this tent for watching pigeons fly. I've been waiting on this tent for drinking some of my chai. I've been waiting on this balcony, ready for my try. See, I've been watching this view. Is it better just to fly?
Hey, have you heard about the pigeons? I heard they hop from balcony to balcony and they share a lot of secrets. Yeah, that's right, they gossip a lot.
We could not get our eyes off these two mischievous lovebirds who kept visiting our balcony.
দুজন সবসময় একসাথে আসে. বুঝতে পেরেছি ওটা বাড়ি চাই, বাড়ি চাস.
Silly pigeons, they don't have much to do. They get stuck in a corner with no way to live through. Silly pigeons, why don't you keep on flying? Don't get stuck on the tent, for we might end up dying.
And if you're unlucky, they're gonna fly into your room if you leave your window open, so be careful, okay? They're dangerous.
কি সুন্দর ছবি উঠছে, কি সুন্দর ছবি. मेरा घर में क्यों घुस गया तूने? ओह, समझ गई, समझ गई.
You've never seen the festivals of India? This is like a shower of light, of love for a month and a half. It's like a non-stop party from Navratri to Dasara to Diwali, the start of a new year. It is a chance for you to rejoice in love with your friends, with your family, to pray to the gods and goddesses that you hold so dear to your heart. Join me for this big party and behold the festivals of India. Did you just say we're going to Kolkata? You mean Calcutta, right? The capital of West Bengal, where my family is from? That's right, folks. That's where we're gonna head off to next.
Train station. আমরা এখন কলকাতা যাব to rediscover my roots.
Puja is the biggest festival in West Bengal. It starts with Mohalaya, when the goddess is believed to have descended to earth, and people celebrate with hymns. People dress up, gift each other, and just have a reason to be merry. And adults and kids get to take off from work and school while loving their goddess Durga. People generally go hopping around pandals, which house beautiful and artistic statues of the goddess Durga.
Growing up, Ma Durga was just, this idol that we would see in our home. She had two very big almond-shaped eyes and a third eye. And she was just epitomized as this very beautiful, powerful woman who had the ability to destroy evil. And it's all about her journey that she makes back to her parents' home. And then, through a course of a number of days, Durga Puja is celebrated and people idolize this beautiful goddess, and they do all these rituals and grand ceremonies, and people just have a grand time. I think of standing online, waiting for bhog, and I'm super hungry, and I'm like, I need to have a plate of khichdi, which is basically a rice porridge. It's filled with a lot of filling vegetables. And after eating, you feel this moment of gratitude, which you share with the gods and goddesses above. And you're like, wow, thank you for this meal. Thank you for this offering, this prasad.
Thank you. এখন লাইনে দাঁড়িয়েছি
ঢাকে তালে কোমদলে খুশিতে নাচে মন আজ বাজা কাসর জমা আসর থাকবে মা আর কতক্ষণ বলো দুর্গা মায় কি জয় আরে বলো দুর্গা মায় কি জয়
জয় দেবী নমস্তুতে
আসবে আবার মা বছর পরে দুচোখ তবু হয় জলে ভরে আসবে মা লক্ষ্মী কদিন পরে মন যে তবু হয় কেমন করে আমি জানাবো মাকে জানাবো আজ আমার মনের আশা যেন এই মনে এই জীবনে থাকে এমনে ভালোবাসা বলো দুর্গা মায় কি জয় আরে বলো দুর্গা মায় কি জয়
Now we are in an electric bus in Kolkata. I'm just so surprised to see how Kolkata is advancing. I'm sitting in an AC bus in Kolkata. I'm quite pleased. No sweating, nothing.
Every time I visit Kolkata, I drop by the local lanes in the heart of the city where my parents grew up.
So I happened to be strolling down this lane, and I got so surprised at this line of typewriters.
Typewriting business.
Yes.
Puro line. Probashi Bangali.
Apparently, it's only just 15 rupees per page for someone to type up a sheet of paper for you. These uncles are growing a bit hysterical because my eyes are about to pop out. I'm like, how could you be using typewriters? We have iPads, iPhones, tablets, computers, laptops.
to come and sit over here for typing.
And they also say that it's something that keeps the shohor very shorol, which means that it maintains the city's simplicity. I tell these uncles that I hope these typewriters are still visible to us 100 years from now, just as they were visible to us 100 years ago.
Football.
Go to the school, man.
All boys school.
Yeah.
Growing up in America, I always used to wonder, where are my parents from? Where are my ancestors from? Am I really 100% Indian? And I still don't know till this day. I take my parents back to their childhood lanes, and I think I have a better sense of where I came from.
এই গলিটা দিয়ে আমরা যখন ছাত্র ছিলাম, স্টুডেন্ট ছিলাম, হেয়ার স্কুল থেকে পাস করতাম, এই গলিটা দিয়ে আমরা শর্টকাট নিতাম স্কুল থেকে। এখানে একটা বাড়ি ছিল, অনেক পাখি ছিল।
পৃথিবী বদলে গেছে যা দেখি নতুন লাগে পৃথিবী বদলে গেছে যা দেখি নতুন লাগে তুমি আমি একই আছি দুজনে যাচ্ছিলাম আগে পৃথিবী বদলে গেছে
এখান থেকে ঘুড়ি কিনতাম যোগদা একটা ঘুড়ি 10 পয়সা না 5 পয়সা নিত
Yeah, it's ছোট করে দিয়েছে. You guys used to play cricket here?
রবিবার দিন রাত্রে যেখানে নেগোশিয়েশনটা হয়েছিল
তোমার
This is struggle song, poverty, everybody has to struggle. ঠিক আছে
কি পড়ছেন?
বই পড়া গোটা বিশ্বের সমাধি এবং এইরকম বইয়ের দোকান আর গোটা বিশ্বের দোকান
Every time I go to Kolkata, I always take a stroll down College Street and make it to the famous coffee house.
কোনো ফরেনার এলে কলকাতায় যদি ড্রপ করে তার ফার্স্ট ইয়ে থেকে বই পড়া এবং কফি হাউস
Over the years, I've seen the crowds get younger and younger. They gather at the corners of streets. This is where people would meet up and have their biggest debates about life, about politics, about society. And just entering this place it feels like the history is hovering over you. The coffee house is known for the famous Manna De performances.
Coffee house সেই আড্ডাটা আর নেই কোথায় হারিয়ে গেল সোনালি বিকেলগুলো
My dad and his family migrated over to Delhi from Kolkata in the 1970s. That was when the Bangladeshi Civil War was taking place. So Kolkata was very much affected. My grandparents decided they wanted to make a better life in Delhi then.
এই হসপিটালেই তোর মা জন্মগ্রহণ করেছিল in 70s. There's a huge chaos over here. You know, all the young generations, college students, they become rowdies. Everybody had guns at that time. And I was passing by and through this lane, you know, it's a huge problem.
They pointed it to you.
Yes, I was along with my mother.
Kolkata would not be Kolkata if it did not hold on to some of its traditions. And that's why it's so beautiful. It's kind of having a sort of push and pull, a tug of war between progressive ideas and still maintaining the identity of the Bengali people. People in India will never go hungry. I mean, you could get a samosa for just 10 rupees. I just look at this food and I'm like, give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that.
ওটা কি আর বাগবাজারের চা বিখ্যাত উত্তর কলকাতার চা
এই জলে বোতল ভরে বিক্রি করে প্রাইস জল
মানে সবথেকে পরিষ্কার জল
এত জল কোথাও নেই কোনো বিদেশ বিদেশেও নেই
We needed to hit the markets in Kolkata. We first went to a tailor to make our clothes fit us. It is so motivational when you see how people want to wear the beauty of their culture. I'm such a big fan of the textile industry in India. The amount of prints, the woven fabrics that are available to the mass public, they use century-old techniques to be produced.
And not only that, it helps to sustain a sort of livelihood for a lot of women out there in the local villages, in some of the biggest cities.
Then off to the colorful fruits and vegetables.
লাইন পনির এটা হয় মানে এটাই থেকেই বানায় আর পনিরের দোকান পনির হাউস এই যে একটা ছোট জায়গায় বসে আপনি শরীরের জন্য খুব ভালো You know, someone once told me that there are 24 different types of popular fish that people love eating in Kolkata. I'm pretty sure the number is actually countless. And they also say that if your dinner plate is missing a piece or two of fish, then your meal is not complete. That's right, Bengalis love their fish. Once you see the number of types of fish, all you want to do is just pick and choose. You want to get prawn, you want to get bhetki, you want to get that big swordfish that's right there, and you always end up with 5 different types of fish in your bag, and you don't know how to finish it all. Walking in certain alleyways in Kolkata is a really gratifying experience. It grounds you. It reminds you of the simple moments in life.
I was taking a stroll through my neighborhood and had to stop myself to appreciate all the small stalls alongside the stream. Kolkata's local villages sometimes bring more adventure when the streets flood during the monsoon. I sometimes feel misplaced in this world as I see villages living an old way of life, which is sometimes not the cleanest. For me, I'm heading back to the center of the city.
It's never easy walking past homeless people on the street in India. In fact, they might go up to your car window or car door and ask for food and money. But one day I ran into this little puppy, this little girl and her younger sister, and I could clearly see that they were not having a full meal every single day. So I gave them some food. I got them some milk. You know, I seriously think that if we could reallocate or redistribute 5% or even 10% of the funding that's invested in festivals and big buildings in India, then maybe we can alleviate poverty. So I was walking past past the Swaminarayan Mandir, I walked in and I came across one of the most beautiful temples that I have ever seen in my life. There is so much intricate beauty. It's so pristine.
स्वामीनारायण भगवान प्रगट प्रभु देव स्वामी महाराज.
The sweetest aunties stopped me. They said Jai Swaminarayan, which is similar to like doing a handshake in church.
This temple displayed some of the most beautiful architecture. The leaders on the wall will inspire you. They were intellectuals and spiritual leaders who broke the status quo during their time.
The famous Hooghly River is a life support to everybody. It's first of all where Visarjan takes place, which is basically where people drop their idols after a festival into the water. But now there's this new rule that you have to pull the idol out because of environmental related reasons. Apart from that, people love to shower in the Hooghly River. They love to throw their ritual-related items into the river. And it's also a place where you throw ashes after a cremation. But otherwise, I find it to be one of the most serene places where you can kind of just rest, get some perspective, look at the beautiful boats passing by, and just see people go back and forth across the river to maintain a livelihood. One day, I decided to cross over the famous Howrah Bridge that hovers over the famous Hooghly River. That's right, at least 100,000 vehicles cross every single day and 150,000 pedestrians. So I thought, why not cross over just like them?
The monsoon rain started again and the birds have been out chirping. I think it's the perfect time to sing a romantic song by Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore, by the way, was known for reshaping Bengali literature and music in the 19th and 20th centuries with his magical and elegant poetry.
Jodi tare nai chini go sheki amar nebe chine nobu phalgune dini janini jodi tare nai chini go sheki amar kurir kane kome sheki amar kurir kane khobe kotha gane gane oranta nebe jini inobu phalgune dini janini jodi tare nai chini go sheki apon rangi uranabi sheki mome she ghum bhangabi apon rangi uranabi sheki mome she ghum bhangabi ghumtaya amar Shiki আমায় নেবে চিনে নব ফাল্গুনে দিন জানিনি যদি তারে নাই চিনি গো শিখি
So I'm like in the back of my taxi and I'm like, when are these monsoon rains gonna end? And I look to the left and I'm like, what's that sign? It spells Trump and then next to it it says, and then I'm like, whoa, Trump family is making a building in India. Acha. Let's go. We just visited Trump Tower. I don't know if I should feel inspired, motivated, or there's like a balcony that attaches two very tall buildings and it's apparently a very luxurious pool. Do you want to jump into the pool? No. I'm so tired from all my travels. Don't you think it's time for some royal treatment?
প্রদীপ তৈরি হচ্ছে দেওয়ালির উপলক্ষে বিক্রির জন্য।
কখন জ্বলবে? 5টার সময়।
এগুলো বিক্রি হলে যে কিনবে সে জ্বালাবে, দোকানেও জ্বালানো হয়।
This is all too exciting. Kolkata is gearing up for its next festival.
এটা টোটাল আপনার 550 পড়বে, এটা আপনার দাম পড়বে 101
Kali Puja, also known as Kali Pujo in the Bengali context. What do I say about goddess Ma Kali? She is the destroyer of all evil. She wears a garland of skulls around her neck. She is also the strongest form of Shakti, the most feminine force. I'm trying to say it like Shah Rukh Khan, but it's really not working. She also marks the start of the new year, taking place at the same time as Diwali in India. She is also the deliverer of the ultimate liberation, which is why people are a bit scared of her. They pray to her, they bow down to her, and they say, Amake tumi rokha karo Ma Kali, Amake tumi rokha karo. It's another reason to go pandal hopping again after Durga Puja, and they do something very, very nice. They do something called Udbodhan, which means the careful unveiling of Ma Kali, just as they unveiled Ma Durga before. Other than that, Kali Puja is just a terrific time to go invest in gold, to go invest in silver.
Destroy all evil, all the light in the world. To korbo. Now?
One more rocket!
I am taking off from Kolkata, our city of roots, and off back to home in Delhi and then the States. Living in the outskirts of Delhi offers the most beautiful chance to go and observe herders. Cows are pretty much treated like pedestrians here. They have the right of way on the street.
It's so funny. After my trip to Kolkata, I was serious about laying low. But now my eyes lay on the herds in the fields below. Unfortunately, some cows from the herds end up on local roads, grazing on garbage.
I have the wonderful opportunity of drinking chai on my balcony and observing farmers at work in the far distance. And it's quite fascinating. These individuals, they work from sunrise till sunset, consistently throughout the day, completing their tasks without sometimes breaks. So one day I tell my dad, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to introduce myself. I am so inspired by their level of integrity, their level of dedication. I'm going to go talk to them.
Right side ekta lane thakbe choto.
Before leaving the country, I just had to meet these farmers.
সকালে মর্নিং ওয়াক করছিলাম হ্যাঁ বয়স বেড়ে গেছে তো সিনিয়র সিটিজেন
It was raining like crazy last night. Just woke up early in the morning. It's about 6 a.m., 7 a.m.
आदमी लोग खाता है वो दाना खाता है ये भैंस के लिए ही है वो अच्छा वाला दूध देता और उसलिए और ये लोग भी खाता है जो तुम्हारे पीछे में बैठा है
So we introduce ourselves, and lo and behold, these farmers, they turn out to be some of the most generous people on earth.
ये सब क्या है?
खाने की चीज है, लगना खाई दिखा है। जब लीजिए जब रोटी बना के खाइएगी।
हाँ मैं खाऊंगी, क्यों नहीं?
हाँ लीजिए आज याद करके। क्या पता आगा हमको।
They immediately offer us crops.
कुछ भी ना हो। फिर यानी मोड़ लियो।
अच्छा मोड़ लियो।
कोई बर्तन में नू। हाँ। मोड़ कर जो साफ करके जब खाइयो।
अच्छा 60 रुपये मैं दे दूंगा।
चल ठीक।
ठीक है।
ठीक। और ले जा।
नहीं नहीं।
ले जा सब ले जा खा ली।
They say that you come over to our home, have some bhas ka doodh, have some roti.
और आगे?
आगे काम में बता रहा हूँ, काम ना है मारो वो मेरा।
घर में जाते हैं?
हाँ घर से नहीं जाए। ये हाउसिंग बोर्ड न पिछपन में ले ले दूध तो।
कहाँ पर अभी?
क्या?
नहीं कैमरा में बोलो।
ये मार देगा मरकर है।
शांति रहता है ना?
दूध का ले तो कट गया ये कट गया ये
मैं तो 4 बजे निकाल दिया।
अच्छा वो बोला हमको कुछ छोड़ के जाएगा।
कहाँ जाएगा?
लेकिन ये सब देखने में हमको नया लगता है।
देवी देखता हमने तो वही है।
टीवी पर देखते हैं, ये असली रोटी है। हाँ मैं खाऊंगी। मम्मी के लिए भी लेके जा।
पूरा खा लेना।
नहीं
यो खा।
अरे ऐसे कैसे खाएंगे?
ले तू भी ले।
हाँ मैं खा।
है? हाँ।
ये घर में बना?
हाँ। नो। बढ़िया चीज है।
तो कैसे दे दिया?
4 बजे बेटा।
अच्छा।
आगे काट दो थम।
दूध कम देती है गाय।
दूध अच्छा
कम देती है।
Bhas ka doodh, by the way, is buffalo milk. It's slightly sweet and creamy. It's almost like nectar, isn't it? It's like drinking milk from the heavens. One thing I know for sure is that I will probably never milk a buffalo. And you're probably going to see why.
और एक दिन दूध नहीं लिया तो
प्रेशर बन जाएगा ना उसके।
प्रेशर बन जाएगा।
अच्छा।
वो अपने आप दूध बनता है, भगवान ऊपर वाला के
डक्स होती है, डक्स प्राकृतिक होता है, नेचुरल। बॉडी के अंदर प्रेजेंट होता है ना
है दूध 4 केजी अरुण की करबे 8 केजी नहीं है।
The following week, I decided to head to the cotton fields with a friend to revisit our local farmers.
I'm in the fields of Dharuhera, and it is so peaceful out here. I'm whispering because I don't want to add noise pollution. Just have a look around me.
चलो हम भैंस का दूध लेते हैं, तो आपका घर से अभी आए।
तो ये सारे खेत आपके हैं? 10 कुंटल केवल?
बस इतना ही निकले।
अच्छा।
What, a ton?
Quintal, 100 kgs. How's it?
Make us always ready to pose, right?
Yo. Smile. 1, 2. Is he smiling?
No, smiling.
He'll get slapped.
These right here.
इससे कपड़ा बनता है।
तो सुबह से आप तो शाम तक बढ़िया
कलाकार बननी है तो आप अभी।
अरे कैसे वो हमारे कलाकार हो कैसे
ऐसा है। हम अभी काम कर रहे हैं।
तू खेती बाड़ी करना शुरू कर दे।
ये जो है, this is not ready. Oh, I think so.
Leaving India is never easy. It's like leaving my second home. But one thing I know for sure is that I always leave feeling fulfilled. Filled with memories, beautiful visuals, and moments of deep gratitude. And I always leave feeling very emotional. Ma? I think I need you.
हमारे देश के लिए बहुत अच्छा काम है। I'm in the Buddha Jayanti part right now, and it is just pure quiet, pure peace. Usually when you're in India, you hear so many different sounds. You hear the cars, you hear the honks, you hear the namaz from the masjid, the temple bells ringing. So many layers of sounds, but over here it's just birds, trees, and the leaves just swaying with the wind.
I remember when I first landed in India, I could smell that distinct Indian air. It's a mix of dust, ashes, car pollution, sweat, and spices. And it's gonna be different. I'm not gonna be breathing the same air.
Never have I thought that I would meet all these amazing faces and learn so much from them.
I've never learned so much about hospitality, generosity, and hard work, or mehnat as they say it here. So cheers to India, cheers to all the values, all the imperfections, and all the love it has to share.
Hey, Rohini's back in the States! Everybody up we go! Let's do a little circle dance for her. Yeah, my brother.
Oh, hello, Drew. How have you been?
I just came back from Palm Tree Airport. Got it? Palm Tree Airport. Quit bullying me. I don't like being bothered. Wake up! The Chandra family is back in town.
I don't like it here. It can get a bit dry and boring on these wires. Next time we go to Palm Tree Airport, let's catch a flight to India and meet the pigeons there, eh?